जाते हैं तो वहाँ क्या तकलीफ आती है। एक बार किसी जर्नलिस्ट ने बाबा रामदेव को बीफ खाने की सलाह दी थी, तो काफ़ी हल्ला मच गया। हम लोगों ने उनसे रिक्वेस्ट की कि भैया आप बीफ खाने के लिए क्यों कहते हैं, ये सही बात नहीं है, लोगों को व्यूअर्स हो या भड़का रहे हैं। तो उन्होंने माफ़ी मांगने से मना कर दिया। बात करते करते ऐसी होगी, हमने कहा कि भाई चलिए एक कंप्लेंट कर दी जाए साइबर सेल में। तो पहला एफर्ट था ट्विटर पे 10 लोगों के मिलके इस तरह का कोई कदम आगे लेने की, लेकिन मालूम पड़ा कि साइबर सेल के साथ जूझना जो है बहुत डिफिकल्ट काम है। तो ऐसे छोटे छोटे ऑन ग्राउंड एक्सपीरियंसेस भी होते हैं, और मेरी एक्सपेक्टेशन है ये जो ट्रांजिशन बियॉन्ड ट्विटर के नाम से एक छोटा सा मूवमेंट आज इनॉग्रेट हो रहा है, इनिशिएट हो रहा है, तो ये टीम अगर एफर्ट ले, जो लोग एक्सपीरियंस होते हैं, किसी को जैसे साइबर सेल की बड़ी जानकारी, मेरे ख्याल से रिसेंटली यही सारे इनिशिएटिव के चलते एक सक्सेस भी मिली कि लक्ष्मण जॉनसन नाम का कोई व्यक्ति था, तो वो शिवलिंग के ऊपर पैर रख के बहुत शानदार उन्होंने फोटो खिंचवाया था। ट्विटर पे लोगों ने साथ में इनिशिएटिव लिया और पुलिस में जाके कंप्लेन की, और फाइनली दैट पर्सन वाज अरेस्टेड। उसके बाद क्या हुआ मैंने इतना फॉलो नहीं किया, लेकिन जो लोग उस स्टोरी पे एक्टिव थे उनको ज़्यादा आइडिया होगा कि क्या हुआ, पर एक छोटी सी सक्सेस थी। तो मुझे लगता है कि इसमें कई लोगों को हेल्प मिलती है, बहुत लोगों को ऑन ग्राउंड चीज़ें करने का एक एक्सपीरियंस है, और हमें उस एक्सपीरियंस का पूरा फ़ायदा भी उठाना चाहिए। ट्रांजिशन बियॉन्ड ट्विटर की जो टीम है, उन्होंने फाइनली अपना नाम क्या रखा है मैं नहीं जानता हूँ, लेकिन इस वक्त ये ट्रांजिशन बियॉन्ड ट्विटर ही है। तो ट्रांजिशन बियॉन्ड ट्विटर अगर ऐसे भी छोटे छोटे इवेंट्स कराए जहाँ पे लोगों को एक्चुअल ऑन ग्राउंड कोई चीज़ करने का एक्सपीरियंस है, अब मैं एक सिर्फ लीगल या पुलिस के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से नहीं कह रहा हूँ, सॉरी मैं आपको ज़्यादा समय ले रहा हूँ, लेकिन जो विचार है अभी कभी शेयर करूँ। ये एजुकेशन की फील्ड में भी हो सकता है, जैसे मेरे मन में कुछ एजुकेशन को लेके बात आई, तो ये नेटवर्किंग का काम भी हो सकता है। तो ट्विटर पे रंगनाथन जी हैं जो कि चेन्नई से हैं और बहुत फेमस हैं ट्विटर पे कई लोगों के साथ। वो बॉम्बे आए हुए थे, उनसे बातचीत चली, मैंने कहा मेरा बड़ा मन है एजुकेशन में, उसमें कहीं ना कहीं मंदिर जो हैं इनके पास जो फंड्स हैं उसका योगदान बहुत ज़रूरी था। तो चेन्नई में एक मेरे ख्याल है HRNC एक्ट के ऊपर कुछ काम चल रहा है। तो रंगनाथन जी ने जब मैं चेन्नई गया तो फटाफट मुझे वहाँ की सारी टीम से मिलवा दिया। तो वो क्या एक्शन हो रहा है लीगली, क्या क्या एस्पेक्ट्स हैं, ये चीज़ में अगर आगे बढ़ना है तो मुझे कहाँ से मदद मिलेगी, मेरी एक्चुअल टाइमलाइंस क्या है, मैं 1 साल में ये काम कर सकता हूँ या 10 साल मुझे कम से कम लगेगा ये काम को आगे बढ़ाने में। ये सारे आइडियाज़ जो लोग एक्चुअल ऑन ग्राउंड काम कर रहे हैं उनसे मिलके मुझे भी थोड़ा सा लग सकता है। तो मुझे लगता है कि ये सारे जो लोगों को जोड़ने का काम है वो भी ट्रांजिशन बियॉन्ड ट्विटर जो है ये मदद कर सकते हैं। आप लोग आए हैं इसके लिए बहुत धन्यवाद। मेरी उम्मीद है कि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा रस निकालने की आप कोशिश करेंगे ये छोटे से इनिशिएटिव से। थैंक यू।
Now we will have the session on this part.
Thank you. First of all, my apologies for reaching late. I came on the bicycle. I usually ride the bicycle, so sometimes I get stuck in traffic. So first of all, my apologies. Secondly, my Hindi is not as good as Piyush's, so I'll try to I'll speak in English. हालांकि मेरी हिंदी ठीक ठाक है, लेकिन उतने कॉन्फिडेंस से मैं बात नहीं कर सकता, इसलिए आई होप यू डोंट माइंड इफ आई स्पीक इन इंग्लिश. So firstly, thank you for calling me here. I think it's a great initiative. There was a conversation between me and somebody on Twitter over DM, saying that why are you participating in a right-wing activity? Now let me be very upfront about this whole thing. I have not come here because the so-called right-wing participation is more out here or whatever. It's purely because my interest in Twitter and my interest in on-ground activity is probably much higher than other people. As Piyush knows, as Anil knows, as Jen knows, Jiten knows, Maya is there, she knows that we take a lot of interest in city-related issues. And it does not matter whether we are bashing up the BJP or the Shiv Sena or the Congress or the NCP. It really does not matter to us. I've had several arguments with the people of Twitter and ideologically useful newspaper. But here I am both as an individual as well as a journalist. So let me say a few words. I mean, I'm not going to spend too much time. I think there should be a greater amount of time and interaction rather than just a one-way speech. So, like you said, I think all of us together have some kind of specialization in something. Some people, someone may be a lawyer. I take several pieces of advice over legal issues from my own newspaper, from some lawyers on DN over Twitter, which my office lawyers are sometimes unable to get because they're solicitors. So sometimes I need criminal lawyer advice. Sometimes I need cyber cell advice. Sometimes I need advice for weird reasons. For example, they were doing a story on the BMC additional commissioner, and he was an IAS officer. And we were wondering if we write a story against an IAS officer, what are the repercussions for the newspaper? But we went ahead and did the story. We did a story on the PWD scam last week, which also involved a very senior IAS officer. And as people who work with the government know that prosecuting an IAS officer in this country is probably the most difficult task, apart from prosecuting a judge. So these are little things which we need help with. So transition beyond Twitter I think is a great initiative. If we keep meeting people on a face-to-face basis and not just over Twitter where we are completely faceless. We tend to abuse each other. Somebody does not agree with me, we just end up fighting with each other, etc. So I think leaving aside that, if there are, if there's expertise on various topics, for example, if there's expertise in the media, for instance, then I'm there to help you out. First of all, I was very surprised that journalists have been called for a transition beyond Twitter event. 2 journalists have been called. Because journalists are probably, after politicians, journalists are the most bashed people on Twitter. Every day, we get gullies. Every day, people abuse us. But anyway, we carry on. So I'm thankful for that also, Anita, for calling us. But frankly, he and I, or Jackie and I, have been arguing, but we never fought with each other. We've had differences of opinion. Piyush and I've had the difference of opinion, especially on the event that we spoke about, the riots incident. But these are arguments. Jiten and I have been arguing over various things. But these are arguments which I think need a common ground. I think all of us argue because we need to do, or we feel that we want to do something better. We want to do something either for society, either for the locality that we live in, either for the city that we live in, either for the country that we live in, or for the universe that our universe that we live in. So these are the issues that I hope that this event, and as we go forward, and these are the issues I hope will be tackled on a regular basis. I also hope the stamina will continue, because what happens with a lot of events and institutions like this is that first 2 times everyone meets and everybody, there's a lot of energy, and there's everyone says yes, we want to do it, and by the 3rd week or the 4th week, we exhaust ourselves. There's no energy left. Suddenly people are in hospital. Suddenly there's a wedding in the family in Pune. Suddenly we have to fly to Chennai on urgent office assignment. So these are issues that regularly come. But I hope that the churn will be low and more people will join this effort. I congratulate Jaimin and Anusha for taking this initiative. Thank you for lending us this platform out here. And thank you all for coming here. When Jaimin contacted me for the first time, I really didn't expect so many people, to be honest, so many people to turn up. I thought it would be a 5 or 10 people event. But I think this movement needs to go beyond just Twitter, and let's do something at least starting with the locality, starting with the suburb that we live in, starting with the city that we live in, and finally, of course, the nation. Because if we don't, my belief is that if we don't do things in our locality, in our neighborhood, in our suburb, in our city, how are we going to change the nation for it? So even if you do a little thing of not bribing the local executive engineer, I think it's a big step forward. If you don't listen to the cop who says, I won't take an FIR, and insist that no, it is my right as a citizen to file an FIR with you and I need a copy of that FIR, you bloody well give it. Then don't back down and say that the police are right because they know the law better than you. Sometimes we back down and the bureaucrats, officials and the establishment, so to speak, take advantage. I think Twitter has been a great level playing field in that sense, where people like us, for instance, have been pontificating in our journals, in our magazines, in our newspapers, and suddenly we feel that the scrutiny is intense. Every single piece of information that we put out there is fact-checked by every single person here, and three of them are right here, who debate every single point that we put out, and also the scrutiny is intense. I had a very meaningful discussion with one of your favorite Twitter people, Veer Sanghi, 2 days back at the NCT at the Literature Live Festival, and he said that every time he puts out a little bit of information, he has to double check and triple check now because he just cannot, even if he's writing a food column, he has to wonder whether there's onion in the in the food or not, because people are so dedicated out there to knowing the real truth that even journalists who are supposedly untouchable earlier are suddenly under great amount of scrutiny. I think that's a great development for this democracy, because politicians and bureaucrats and journalists and the so-called common people are now exactly on the same level playing field. I think I hope that this initiative will take this whole thing forward in a very, very positive manner. And I again congratulate Chairman and Anil Shah who have initiated this. So on that note, maybe if you can just open the whole thing for an interactive thing.
Let me share something more. This is not going to be limited to Mumbai alone. This initiative is going to be taken pan-India. We are already planning one for the 22nd of December in Delhi with the Constitution Club. Then we are going to Chennai, then we are going to Bangalore. And on the 21st we are trying this month if we can have one in Gujarat, in Ahmedabad. Besides, now we will throw it open to all our participants here. Whoever has any point to make, before that Jiten wants to say something. Over to you, Jiten.
Thanks, Anand. Lovely initiative. Absolutely lovely initiative. Congratulations to Anand, Jemin. I want to make few quick points, 2-3 quick points. One of the points which I have seen in extreme recent past. I won't name the suburb, I won't name the MLA, I won't name the person. A youth-related issue in a particular suburb in Mumbai. A group of youth came to me and said that, we have this particular issue, we have this, what should we do? I asked them, do you have a Facebook page of yours? They said, yeah. I said, okay. Go to your college, just check out how many of you are on Twitter. So they said, fine. The idea that I've given them is, next Saturday, do a tweet up just below your MLA's house and he will be forced to solve your problem. Because he found out that there are 120 people, active and inactive, on Twitter from that particular suburb's colleges. 120 people doing a tweet up just below MLA's residence. Trust me, any MLA would work. This is where you have to move Twitter beyond transit. You have to transit Twitter beyond the boundary of a social media. There is a great chance of moving Twitter to the real life. There is a great chance. Very surprisingly, when I started tweeting, and some of the leaders in Delhi used to ask me, oh, you tweet, and the entire opinion was that, oh, okay, you tweet. In last 3 months, out of 5 spokespersons, I get calls from at least 2 on a daily basis saying that, aaj ye trend kare, aaj iske upar tweeting kare. Why don't you get this to tweet, because we can't do it. Politics and I think media too, Sachin rightly said, is taking serious note of this media. Extreme serious note of this media is being taken. This media and the people on this media can only get powerful. It just takes one step to move from the social media to the real media. move on to real media. More of these events, more power to people like Anil. And I'm sure, we would be able to make this media a powerful media, as most of the media, other medias are. As Sachin said, a lot of people are here from the right wing. I would love to say, because a couple of things for them. Being from a right wing myself, maybe there is a sense of victimhood. Maybe there is a sense that we have been wronged. Whatever it is, there is a line. There is a line. I would say trolling is fine. I'm sure if Twitter was there in 90s, Harshad Mehta would wake up every morning and say, oh, Suchitra is trolling me again. Am I right, Suchitra? Maybe you would have said that. Trolling is okay. Don't get personal. Don't get personal. Don't cross a line. There are also things that, we take everybody who is possibly with an opposite point of view as an enemy. L.K. Advani rightly said, प्रतिद्वंदी है, दुश्मन नहीं है. This media gives us an opportunity to actually convert everybody into our, what we think about, get ourselves converted. If someone comes and convinces me that the ideology I follow is wrong and convinces me rightly, I'm ready to convert. So I think animosity, personal abuse, if this we cut, if we move it to the next level, Twitter is possibly the best thing that could happen to the media and politics of this country. That's what I really wanted to say. Thanks.
Anish, you wanted to say something. Please.
Let me speak with Anish and see.
Hey, hi. My name is Anish. My Twitter handle is rightwingin. I just had two quick points, and one of the points was related to what Sachin said on the media aspect.